Hi everybody, it has been a hot minute since I've made a video. I'm sure some of you guys saw the post I made, but essentially my son was hospitalized last week for RSV, so we were in the hospital for a week, and so everything I'd planned to do got put on the burner, understandably. He was discharged and now we're home recovering. Of course, I caught a stomach flu at the hospital, so I was sick all of yesterday, but I'm finally feeling like a whole new person. And so I'm going to film my December TBR today. And I obviously did not get any reading done while my son was in the hospital. It was just very stressful. So I have a couple books, some books I need to catch up on from November, but I'm really excited. I love reading in December. December to me is, yes, I'll read like a few holiday books, but December's like a cozy month for me. It's unwinding at the end of the year, spending time with family. And so a lot of the books I will be reading are on the like more sentimental, quiet, cozy, just end of the year feeling. So I don't do a ton of holiday books. Sometimes I will. This month I'm reading 3, but for me, December is truly just kind of reading like for my mood and reading things that just make me feel good inside. So I'm sure this is my anticipated TBR. It will obviously change. You will see that in my wrap up for December, I'm sure. But here's kind of the books I'm hoping for this month. So I have 2 ARCs I want to read this month, and those are from NetGalley. So one is Your Table is Ready, which has been described as the front of the house book, like Kitchen Confidential was the back of the house. And I'm hearing a lot of buzz for it in various places, so I'm pretty excited. I've started it, just need to kind of sink into it. So that's one. It publishes, I think, December 6th. The other one I'm reading is The Ingenue, and this was written, and I cannot remember the author's name, but it was written by the author who wrote The Ballerinas. And this is kind of a Me Too book that is set in the Milwaukee art world. And I really am enjoying it. It's the one book I did read quite a bit of in the hospital. I just need to finish it. It's darker. There's some kind of fairy tale vibes in it, but it's not magical. It's just the mother in this story, she reimagined fairy tales, and it's kind of playing a role in the daughter's backstory. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying that one. It is out December 6th as well. So those are my 2 review copies I want to get to this month. And then I do some holiday reading, not a ton. But this year I am reading Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. Just looked really cute, so that's why I grabbed it. And of course, A Very Merry Bromance. I adore this series, and so I was very excited Colton's finally getting his book. And the female heroine is Gretchen Winthrop, who is an immigration attorney. Very excited about that. And then every December I do a read of A Christmas Carol. I just adore this story, so this will be one that I read closer to Christmas. I still need to finish a few books that I've started. So one is And Yet by Kate Baer. I'm almost done. If you like poetry, Kate Baer is phenomenal. She writes so greatly about like motherhood and being a woman and what society imposes on us and the things people say to us. She's just fantastic. I really liked I Hope This Finds You Well, which was like an erasure. It was an erasure. Wow. It was an erasure poetry. I still can't say that word. Poetry book where she took things people sent to her on social media and then wrote a book of poetry on it. But this has been phenomenal. There's one poem about motherhood that like totally ripped my heart out and was so accurate. And then I've started this, got into the hospital, didn't take it with me, Codename Helene. I am loving it. It's about a code breaker, BA woman who rocks in World War II. I'm not very far into it, but she has multiple identities throughout World War II, and I'm just really excited. I have liked this author in the past, but not loved her, but this one I'm really enjoying. Okay, and then the rest of these are books I'm just hoping to get to if I can get to them. And one is The Dearly Beloved by Kara Wall. I really like books that are like faith adjacent, kind of deconstructing or people evaluating their faith. Just something I really enjoy. So this book, I love this cover. I always have. It's so pretty. But it's about 2 pastors who are good friends, and I've just heard it's a really beautiful exploration of faith. The Arsonist City was a pick for the Modern Mrs. Darcy book club that I just didn't get to, but it sounds really great. It's about, it's a family saga. A Syrian mother, Lebanese father, and 3 American children spread across the globe. They've always had their home in Beirut. Following the father's recent death, the family's new patriarch has decided to sell, and the family convenes in Beirut. So, okay, this will be my like fun read end of the year for cozy, great feelings. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I don't really need to talk about this because it's been very hyped. I'm just excited to read it. And then my library books I still need to get to. The Widow at Rose House. It's kind of a gothic romance. That's all I know. In the Ravenous Dark. This one has been very hyped as a fandom in Illumicrate, and so I figured I would give it a try. Fantasy is always easy to get lost into when you're not feeling well, and so figured this would be a good one for me. And then the latest installment, volume 2, I guess there's 3 out now, of Lore Olympus, which I will just fly through this once I start it. And then the reading list. This is an ode to reading. So many people have loved it. Again, gives me that December just reading to be comforted and enjoy myself vibes. So the reading list, it's about how books can kind of bring people together. And then the other 2 books I would love to get to, again, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I feel like this has been on my TBR videos for months now, but I'll get to it. I think it does feel very December and cozy as far as like what I like to read in December. And then I'm gonna butcher this, but in Iceland, there's the tradition on Christmas Eve to give a book, and it needs to be short, something you can read in a night. I think it's Joblockish Flood. Probably butchered that, but if you know, you know. So the book I'm reading is Foster by Claire Keegan. This was a fabled fall book preview pick. Very short. It's winning a ton of awards. Top 50 novels published in the 21st century per the Times, the UK edition. Super short. I've heard wonderful things about this author, and I felt like it would just be a great Christmas Eve read. And the cover is really pretty. So that's my December TBR. Of course, my December reading wrap up will look nothing like this because I'm a mood reader, but we can always hope, right? These are the books I want to read. We'll see what happens because, you know. But if you've read any of these, I would love to hear in the comments. What is a book you're looking forward to in December? Drop it in the comments. And as always, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel and help me grow. And I'm really excited for vlogging in December. This just is a fun reading month, and there's just so many things to talk about. So again, thank you for stopping by. Have a great day.